low because it's low vintage. In other words,
There's not many made.
not many made, correct? Yeah.
These are your collectibles.
Yeah, so these are the numismatic collectible coins. And so this is this one. So,
Kiana, you can sit there.
and then these, okay, this first window, that's the blue ones. Okay, let's get started. So I'm glad that that you know you folks are younger and more technical than I am, so that's why it just helps because I just like to do old-fashioned way, you know, like I think I shared with you all that before. So it's great when you have the younger ones to just really
Hop
be
in and
able
help.
to hop in and just do these things because it's like Grandma Cheryl needs to have a break and you know pass the baton on, right?
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
right.
the generations
That's
do.
what, yes.
So you see now you can see on my playlist I have just a lot of different ones I can choose, right? Like if somebody is already a member and I can say, oh, you know, we went to Salt Lake City, I can show them a 2-minute video, or if we went to the first convention, we went to Las Vegas last year, 2022. We're going to be going to New Orleans, and there's a short promo on New Orleans this year in May 2023. We're going to do that. So I just have, but this is the one that I usually do a presentation with. There's an older one, that's this one. I like this one better, well, I like this one, but they have a newer one. So I'm gonna do the newer one because this one still mentions a few old things that probably we should not share with a new member. Okay, so I'm gonna share this one. This is 7K Meadows. It also comes in a Vimeo. But this one is on a YouTube, so it just was easy to put on here, but I should put the Vimeo on it also. So, you know, as guests come, of course, I have this laid out coin collection, so they can just see that it's for real, you know, that there are coins, and then, of course, you know, you get to know people and just where they're at and what some of their
Goals and-
paradigms are and all that, you know, But then after that, I just share that, you know, that a little bit about myself and how I started with 7K, that are, you know, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmother, as I shared with you. I'm a registered nurse by trade. I used to be a former oncology certified nurse. And then I worked at the Cancer Research Center. But 30 years ago, I transitioned to more natural, non-toxic healthcare. And so I worked for naturopathic doctors. I worked for the Foundation for East West Medicine, where they were doing research and all that kind of stuff. So, but my very last job, because at the UH Cancer Center, there was research that they wanted me to help with and, you know, call people, but I didn't quite agree with it. So I decided, you know, I was going to look for something else, more active. And so I was working at the Plaza, which is an assisted living, with seniors, and it was at $13 an hour, but I loved it, you know, because I love working with seniors, and that was right before, a month before the pandemic. And so so first when I got there, it was 4 to a table, then 1 to a table, in the mass, and so I said, okay, you know, I think it's time for me to really retire. So I did retire there, so that was 2021, and then okay, what now? And I said, okay, you know, as I was seeking the Lord, it was time to work on my financial health, because $13 an hour wasn't going to really help build a generational legacy for my grandchildren. So I did seek, and then I did my research and find, okay, I need to get some of God's money, you know, go into more of His economy than the world's economy, because I was seeing what's happening with the cycles and what was going on. So I did go ahead and call people and ask, you know, how do I get silver and gold? A friend whose parents had taught him how to save in gold and silver actually started mentoring people in gold and silver, and so he shared about 7K with me, and so I joined. Without even knowing too much, I did join. That was 2 years ago. And I've learned a lot. And what has been nice for me personally is because I needed to help with my financial health too. I knew I was going to share it with people, So I did decide, okay, I'm going to share this because after I did some research, I thought, yeah, I want all my family and friends to start making that transition from the fiat currency to actual real money.
And it's
sound
happening
money.
fast.
Sure.
That's the scary part.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to share something that they can explain a lot better than I can. And so this is where I'm going to share this presentations, because rather than going in, it's better for, this is done by one of the founders and a professional, and so I just do that and I stop in between.
Yeah, I like that you build that personal relationship before.
Yeah.
I just got a job at sales selling like activities on Oahu. So I'm definitely learning a lot of sales techniques I know will help me with this, and vice versa.
Yeah, because you want to know, I just was able to find out she has already 4 children, and that, that where she lives now, and so that just kind of helps me to share what I think might help fit her, because now I know that she's a parent also, and she's even a grandmother too, and that I know that she probably has a similar heart as me, so it's good to know that, so that when I stop in between, when I'm giving the presentation, I can share a little bit more towards what the audience is, right? Not just assuming where people are at or who they are, right? So, but anyway, so I think you'll enjoy this, and we'll go through this together, and then I'll stop at a few places.
It's a new video, yeah?
Things like
This is
mixed advice on what to buy, scammers, high minimums.
wait, it's not starting at the beginning. I apologize. So here we go.
If you want, we could even put it on top of us.
You know what? I'm gonna have you come here. I'm gonna go over
Precious
there.
metals, bullion, coins, and or collectibles involves risk. We strongly encourage you to exercise due diligence and properly educate yourself prior to purchasing precious metals. The information presented in selling today's web strategies is not to be considered tax or financial advice. We encourage you to seek appropriate professional advice regarding the tax and financial implications of buying, owning, or selling precious metals. The price and future value of precious metals is based on many factors, including but not limited to market and economic conditions. Past performance of precious metals is no guarantee of future performance or future value. Do you feel like you're working harder for your money just to get by? It's not just you. Millions of families around the world are feeling the exact same thing. In fact, as of 2017, 44% of Americans said they couldn't cover a $400 emergency expense if it popped up. So what's happening? Take a look at some of the major staples in our lives today and how much more they have increased in cost from the year 2000 to 2018. Water and sewage up 133%, car insurance up 97%, and the list goes on. This isn't even counting the 2021 inflation numbers that are the highest since 1982. We're all feeling it, but why is it happening? It's not that things are necessarily costing more to make or service, it's that the fiat currency used to buy the goods is becoming worth less. As you can see, when the Federal Reserve was created in 1913, a dollar was worth, well, a dollar. Because of some government decisions such as going off of the
Our
gold
closet?
standard
Yes.
and increased money printing,
Okay, good. I wanted to stop here because this is where I usually try to help explain to people more about what's going on. And for example, what if I didn't have my things with me, my computer or anything, but when I meet people, and I'm even teaching this to my grandson, 10 years old, because this is important for even our next generation to learn, that the Federal Reserve, as this chart shows, was established in 1913, okay? But the Federal Reserve, as you know, is not federal. And my grandson can tell you now, because I taught him, that it's actually private central bankers controlling our money. So it's not federal. So, but I explained to Josiah, age 10, in 1930, the Federal Reserve was established. Okay, so I carry this around, okay? I show this chart, it's similar to that chart. And this dollar bill, Josiah, was worth $1. It says a Federal Reserve note, $1, 100 pennies. I pile up 100 pennies. And this silver dollar was also worth $1, 100 pennies. But over the years, Josiah, what happened is that one of the presidents, FDR, actually confiscated gold and silver, and actually right now the banks and government are collecting a lot of gold and silver,
Yes,
but
they
they
are.
removed it from us private citizens, our great grandmas, and then later on, President Nixon in 1971, it shows, and I'm showing this one in this chart, 1971, President Nixon removed the gold-backed standard from this. Okay, so by 2013, Josiah, this dollar is worth only 5 pennies. Now 2021, 22, probably less than that, right? And then this one, though, Josiah, is worth 3,500 pennies, or $35. It's gone up already now, but so again, so just to see the comparison, so I removed the 95 pennies. You see
Yeah,
the
so
5
what's it got
cents.
left?
Okay, Josiah, so what's in your wallet? Don't you want this side? So again, that's just a simple way to explain to people
Love it.
about this chart, to be a little bit more visual. You can stop it here if you want, and but some people do let just the whole video just go all the way
Yeah,
through.
you know who you're dealing with. Like, you can
Yes.
feel them out really fast
Yes.
if they're
Right.
like want to be quick or if they're willing to.
Right,
You know,
right.
you know.
And just a time frame of people's busy schedules and everything, but
Because they're still working for that thing that's worth nothing and not buying what they should.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, if you could press it again, go ahead.
Crime was dropped to less than 5 cents on the dollar compared to 1913. Now, this isn't anything new, unfortunately. There's a long list of countries where this exact same thing has happened, including Germany, Argentina, Zimbabwe, and most recently Venezuela. In each case, they have attempted to print themselves out of their version of a financial crisis. The playbook is being passed around the world, and the result is always the same. If you look at the M1 currency supply chart, it will give you a good indication of what result we could be headed for in the United States. The M1 currency supply is just a way of showing how much printed money is in the hands of the citizens in a country. It is a direct link to the printing of fiat currency. As you can see, the U.S. made a drastic decision related to the COVID-19 pandemic in the year 2020 and decided to go on an even more massive printing spree. As we have seen throughout history, more printing leads to more inflation, which means it takes more fiat currency to purchase the things that we need to live. So how are we supposed to protect ourselves from what seems to be a runaway trade? There is a secret that government institutions, banks, and wealthy families have used for ages. It's called sound money. Don't worry, it's just a fancy name for gold and silver. Gold and silver have proven to maintain its buying power throughout history, no matter what happens to fiat currencies around the world. Let's take a look at some examples. In 1965, 1 ounce of silver and $1 had equal purchasing power. You could have used either 2,500 ounces of silver or $2,500 to purchase a brand new Ford Mustang. If you would have had the same 2,500 ounces of silver in 2020, you could have purchased 2 brand new Mustangs. But $2,500 could barely even cover the down payment to get one. The same is proven true in the housing market. The average home cost in 2001 was $169,000, or 626 ounces of gold. In 2021, you could have taken less gold and purchased 3 homes, even though the average home cost in dollars almost doubled. The list goes on and shows how gold and silver is one of the best ways to play defense against fiat currencies that always decrease in value over time. There are usually a couple things that happen, though, when individuals find out about the value of sound money. First, questions. What should I buy? Who should I trust? How much does it take to get started? And do I need to be an expert to win? The second thing that happens is a discovery of things like mixed advice on what to buy, scammers, high minimums, and people selling inventory they don't actually have, and much, much more, which all cause more questions and a general mistrust, leading them to never ever get started. Maybe this sounds familiar, but we believe things just shouldn't be that hard. We believe that every family deserves a real chance to get ahead of the game, not only now, but forever. Really, our goal is to help you get started on a path that will help you create a true legacy for generations to come. So who are we? We are 7K, a community of people on a mission to help each other create financial independence, preserve wealth, and create an exceptional life through both good and bad economic times. 7K was founded in 2016 by these 4 individuals with over 100 years of combined business experience. They all have different skill sets and strengths, but all share the same values and belief in helping the average family get ahead. Together, they set out to create a vehicle for people to find more hope and less stress. That vehicle is now a membership, much like Amazon Prime, Spotify, Hulu, or countless other companies that also have a membership, but much more powerful. With a 7K membership, one of the easiest ways to start is by grabbing a little bullion. Bullion is non-collectible gold and silver. Non-collectible gold or silver is a great way to shore up.
That's when I just ask somebody to open up their hands, and I just go, there's some people just have not even felt what silver is. So this is a tube of 20. This is 1 ounce silver. I don't have 20 here, but this comes, and this is how I usually purchase them. But so this is a bullion, right? This is just the coins that you can go ahead and purchase things with. And then you have the collectibles. These are the collectible numismatics. So that's the difference between a bullion. So we have both the bullion. It's from, again, it's going to explain that we have it from the mint to 7K directly to us. So that's why we have it at dealer direct cost. Okay. There's no middlemen in between, the brokers and then the coin shops and all this. So it is directly, that's one of the foundational major benefits of being a 7K member. And then he's going to talk about this. So, but people just go into restaurants and they meet an old friend and say, "Here, open your hands," and they just dump this, and it's like, okay, that opens up the conversation right away. And then because of what's happening with
And how much does that cost?
Well, it varies, of course, because of the market. But this one of the silver, like I mentioned,
$35.
yeah, it is going up to $39 now and everything. So you can imagine times 20, for this.
Okay.
And then you have people are buying the monster box of 500 of these coins. That's optional too. So as a 7K member, you'll see your product site. You'll see it's not only from our U.S. Mint, but the owner specifically Roger Ball they have relationships with mints all over the world. So we have I love the one that's let's see, where is it? It's the Philharmonic here, right here. It's the Austrian. So it's a foreign, right? Austria. I love this because it reminds me of Sound of Music. But again, we have the Australian kangaroo or the South African cougar and the Canadian maple leaf. So when you go to your product, as a member, you'll see what you want to purchase. If you want, kangaroo or whatever, you can purchase that at the cost that 7K has.
He's been purchasing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just to let you know, like when I got into the silver just 2 months ago, it was like $22.
How fast it's going up?
No, that was the spot price probably, but it never went down for the fair market value for most of the companies. So must have bought it at 30 something, 34 maybe.
I bought the coins. It said the price was 22 at the top, and then I bought it for 28 each.
Which one did you buy?
The gorilla.
Okay, so yeah, that not the Eagles. I'm talking about the Silver Eagles because that's one of the most popular.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so some of them like the Maple Leaf or the Britannica or the Shrink are a little bit less, in the 20s.
Oh yeah, I remember you teaching me that.
Yeah. So, but again, so that's not, and then it showed you the membership. So after this point, I don't go through this all through, but I just want to explain to you that I do eventually afterwards go through all the different membership benefits. But I'm just explaining the first one, that is the bullion, and then I will explain about the autosaver with the numismatic collectible. Okay.
Of your wealth portfolio. 7K makes it easy. They carry physical gold and silver in different forms. They only sell the things they have in inventory. You won't find minimums or maximums, period. You can literally start with $1 if that's your current budget. And one of the coolest things is the 7K has made transacting in gold and silver possible again. It makes it easy for you to create and execute a good defensive strategy. But there isn't a good sports team in history that has won a championship on defense alone. Just like that, you will also need a very good offensive strategy.
This is our defense.
That offensive strategy can be found inside of collectibles. The collectible market has proven to be a robust way for wealthy families around the world to not only protect, but also grow their wealth, and more importantly, their legacy. A collectible usually has to be rare or low mintage, has to have unique or artistic designs, a great story, or have historic significance. So if you look at the paper this amazing Spider-Man comic book from 1962 is printed on, it's only worth a couple of dollars. In 2021, this comic book sold for a record $3.6 million. The person or family that bought this book was not buying the paper. They were buying the emotion, the art, rarity, story, and other things they found valuable about this book. In fact, most wealthy families that are playing the collectibles game are doing it not only for their financial protection or gain, but also to preserve their family legacy. If you look at the top 5 places wealthy families turned in order to protect and grow their wealth during the financial crisis of 2008, you will see that 3 of the 5 things are collectible in some way, and the other 2 sound money. Unfortunately, not many families have an extra million or 2 laying around to buy high-end collectibles, nor would they even know where to start. But 7K is bridging the gap so that the average family can start playing the game with rare, unique, but also affordable collectibles through modern coins. In 2004, a coin called Tiffany Art No. 1 hit the market for about $90. Now, $90 doesn't seem unreasonable for the average family to scrape together in order to add this incredible coin to their wealth portfolio. Today, though, if you wanted to go buy this same coin, it would cost you at least $8,000. But the metal in the coin is only worth roughly $50 today. The additional value in the coin is due to the rarity, story, beauty, or whatever else a potential buyer finds to be valuable. That is the added leverage or offense collectibles can add to a wealth portfolio. You can see here just a few more examples of the same thing play out in other coins. Modern collector coins have a very good track record over the last 20 to 30 years of being a powerful tool inside of the offense of a well-rounded wealth strategy. 7K not only offers some of the best coins from around the world, but also designs and mints its own coins, giving 7K members exclusive or first access. 7K also makes adding cool, unique, and rare collectible coins extremely easy through one of the most powerful member benefits called the Autosaver. The Autosaver program takes all of the thinking out of collecting and leverages the experts at 7K to send you a rare and exclusive collectible coin every single month. It is truly a set it and forget it, zero discipline approach to automate your collectible asset stacking. You will just need to choose one of the options you like best and watch them show up at your door every month. There are other ways you can...
So let me show you the 4 options. Okay, so one of the options is this animal series. Okay, so there's every state has an animal, right? State animal. So this one is an option. This is a silver, and this is a silver eagle. Which silver eagle you saw this is the bullion, but this is the numismatic collectible. And they say that that they cannot. I guess in the past in FDR they could confiscate these, but these you cannot. This is like artwork. It's like all these different art comic books or whatever they feel. So these are not illegal, and of course we have patriots protecting our.
Well, the other thing is if you have a private trust owning it, they can't take it away from a private trust either. If it's a U.S. citizen, then they could confiscate the money, the real money, right? Because, but that's like why the public and private, we're learning all this well too, because you protect your wealth.
So that's the second option is the silver eagle, and then you have a fractional gold, because gold now is about 2,000 an ounce. So this is a fraction of an ounce. So this is another. At least now I'm getting some gold, right? So every
I like that little button.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the picture. You can hardly see the picture, but this is you always
have your little bits, and you could get a bunch eventually.
And so imagine I've been doing this 2 years. Every month I'm getting this, and I have 4 members in my family who are members. So one gets this, and one gets this one. Now this one is
I love that.
this is a gold note. Now I don't usually go through this during a presentation. Then the presentation gets really lengthy. But since you folks are here, let me just show you that. I don't have it here. No, I don't have it here. But anyway, this I have a picture of the building with all these beautiful stained glass windows. All these different designs. One says unity, one says freedom, and all that kind of stuff. And then, but what the designer did, Tom, what he did was he exclusively for 7K made it the black borders into gold for us. So this is a gold note. But if you go to Utah, some of my friends have gone to the building where it's just full of all these stained glass windows like this. And
that's where they come from. Each picture. Oh,
each picture comes from that. And so when we went to the Las Vegas convention, we saw this huge panel, just all, several of them, like maybe about 10 of them there for us to view. Is like beautiful. Yeah. So that's the 4th option. So, like I said, one of each for my family members, so we all get a variety.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So
this is the Autosaver. The reason the Autosaver is neat is because we don't know enough about the numismatic to know, but the company does the research about what is the best to give us, and people procrastinate. You say, okay, I should collect, but who does it, right? So at least you're getting it once a month. It's a savings.
And how much does that cost per month?
Okay, sure. Now these two,
I think if we rewind, they actually had it on the.
yeah, go ahead.
I don't think they have the prices. No,
No,
it's
they
not
didn't have
prices.
This
prices.
is collectible coin every single
That's
month.
okay.
It is truly a set it and
This one is-
forget it.
This one is 115, 115.
115.
This one also is 115.
Yeah, that's not even.
This is 139,
Might be getting sick.
and this is 179.
Go take some zinc and
So
D and
every
see.
month you're
But
getting.
people spend foolishly on foolish things. They could be doing the right
Just
thing.
putting it into savings. This is what you want to save is, something valuable that you know is gonna go up. Of course, we're all paying, it's gonna go up and down. What's the fiat dollar? So the currencies, so that's why, since for 2 years, all my family were for collecting a monthly.
It's awesome.
It adds
Because
up.
it'll all come together like
And you think,
eventually.
okay, but now what I'm gonna do, and it will explain, now we have this other membership benefit that we can inventory it, we can sell it, so this will explain it.
That's called stack and sale.
One approach to automate your collectible asset stacking. You'll just need to choose one of the options you like best and watch them show up at your door every month. There are other ways you can also take your stacking to the next level though, with your own shopping cart called 7K Selected and also special sales called Coin Drops. 7K provides many ways to win with collectible gold and silver. As you can see here, Eddie Spears has spent very little time to get a massive head start making sure a wealth legacy comes from him. All the same, Chris Latin Sr. says he collects both bullion and collector coins, and you can see he has built a very nice stack. He even claims it is now one of his most valued possessions because of what it will mean for him and his family in the future. Gold and silver are not only effective, but can also be super fun. But 7K is much more than just a gold and silver company. Their focus is to help in any way possible you build a legacy that you feel is important. As you dig into the membership at 7K, you will find many different member benefits to help you build that legacy from many different angles. Each could be an important tool in your financial strategy to reduce the stress of the current economy and add more hope for the future. Although you will have plenty of support early on to help you get started in your journey with precious metals, being a proficient and educated buyer is an important component to hitting your new goals. The buyer certification training will help you find what type of buyer you might be, what goals you might have based on what is important to you, and also what type of defensive strategy you might want to set up for yourself. The collector certification will help you move towards a winning offensive strategy, teaching you all you need to know about the ins and outs of the collectible coin world, what types you might be interested in, and also some expert tips from a world-renowned coin expert. As you dig into collectibles more, you will also find the power of collections, and inevitably, you'll be searching for a coin to complete a certain series or set that isn't for sale on the first-hand market anymore. The next member benefit helps solve that problem of where you might find that coin, along with other problems that were previously obvious in the collectible coin market. Stack and Sell is a complete and robust marketplace that values authenticity.
Yeah, it only goes on
Now
there
you
if
can
put it
easily
on
buy
there,
graded collectible coins
Don't
from other
automatically
collectors
get
without
copies.
worry. It also features the world's first inventory system for collectors where you can track what coins you have and what their current values are. Collecting gold and silver is fun, but 7K believes it should also power your lifestyle. Putting a value on memories made around the world is actually priceless. With a 7K membership, you can choose to travel around the world on the company-sponsored trips. Any member can choose to go, and usually at a discount from market rate. There are also other 7K getaway trips where you can spend time with the founders, the executive team, and those can be won through contests. With
Yes.
7K, you really can create a robust lifestyle using the power of gold and silver and all that the membership has to offer. But remember the initial problem that most people have of not being able to cover the $400 emergency expense? 7K has a way to help that too. Simply by sharing the 7K message, you will earn points across 2 teams, and 7K will thank you by sending you $500 once each team reaches 500 points. This can happen once, or as many times as you choose, by how often you successfully share the message and refer new customers. And the best part is when you earn enough points and a payment is triggered, 7K will drop it directly into what's called your Sound Money wallet. The Sound Money wallet is the most robust digital wallet today that deals with cash, gold, and silver. You can power your entire gold and silver strategy through this wallet.
Absolutely. I think it's right on, it's short, it's honestly somebody that wouldn't be a believer could find this like very interesting, very easily. Because it doesn't go too in depth, it doesn't lose them, it's there, it's short and sweet.
It's 18 minutes long.
And it's not long at all. Especially when they're into it, they want to know more, so it goes by fast because they're so interested.
Good visuals too.
So can you imagine all of your friends being a member and they can all pay each other without the bank?
So as you can see, not
Direct
only can
member
this
to
follow find a
member.
referral money generated, also
So this, where do we find this? This is on 7K's YouTube station?
Yes.
It'll be on your
all this will
duplicatable
be on
website.
Your
Oh, okay.
website. So yeah, don't
Okay.
worry about, again, we have tons of videos.
Yeah, this is a really good one though.
Yes.
That one is.
So I will sit down with you to show you what videos I have. Remember I showed you my
Yeah.
playlist. Which ones are good to have. And I'm going to show you a few of those videos because I think this is the way I share. But you're going to develop your own style. But I share because I went to that Salt Lake. I went to the Vegas and I share. And it's only like 2-3 minutes. But it's like, whoa, you see the big crowd in this big ballroom.
Yes, because it shows how many people
But
are really
you-
interested in this
yes,
thing. It's
right.
not just a few
But
people.
Well, it's now big time because of all these banks crashing. You know,
But
people
you
want
see
their
how
money out of the
these
bank.
tools you don't have to talk as much, right? Because I don't want to because it's like, here's Grandma Cheryl again, what is she doing? You just want to let the expert do the talking. And you want to make it as duplicatable so that other people can feel like, because if you try to be the expert, like, oh, I know all this.
People gonna know everything.
Yeah, and people are going to say, like, I can't do that. I can't increase that. But I can press a button.
Right.
Yep.
And like she's told us, 80% of the people join, they just want gold and
And
silver at a
that's
great
fine, too.
price.
And that's fine. They don't want to really build it. Because 7 to 8% are only members just because they want their gold and silver.
Like a Costco membership, they just pay the membership to get a better price
Right.
and a company they trust to
Right.
get their gold and silver.
But you're
But
going to find the key people, like, we want to share.
well, we're networkers, right?
Yeah.
And we're building the kingdom of God. So we're building a whole new network called Thy Kingdom Come.
Right.
All of those people are taking seminars and classes and living in the private, getting their secure party creditor status, changing their identity from U.S. citizen, which is not the rights you thought you had, to a national, which is full rights restored, getting their passports changed. Cheryl got her passport done. I got my
That's
passport.
a totally different
Yeah,
subject.
but the point
So
is,
you learn
all
that.
those
What happened?
people,
Okay, so
they're all looking
they're
to
looking for-
look for how do they do private banking.
Right.
How do they
No, we don't. Okay, so
barter or
just
trade?
make sure when you say private bank, it's not really private because we don't want people
It's
to
just-
store their cash in the salmon.
Right. They're holding it in gold and
Because
silver.
it's not fully insured. The cash, anyway, it's still connected to a bank.
Right.
Right.
So it's still fiat. But you want it immediately when you put it in your salmon, you want to
Get it in gold and silver.
gold. And store that or have it sent to you. Because I don't imposition, but I also want to store it. But let's continue.
But either way, it's better than
Crypto
holding it in
wallets.
fiat dollars.
you can purchase
right?
physical gold and silver in all forms, as well as digital gold and silver that is 100% backed by physical metals. Sound Money Wallet is also the first wallet of its kind that will allow you to send gold and silver or cash to other members for free.
for
Earning a
free.
little extra money for sharing is super nice, but there are some people that love sharing that message so much that they want more potential. New levels of referral income can be unlocked by ranking up, from associate at $500 all the way up to presidential gold at $12,500 per week. Each new rank carries with it the potential for increased income. 7K truly is on a mission to help the average person build Not only a strategy for their future wealth, but also a true legacy long into the future. There's a mantra here at 7K that the 7K community lives by, and some of it may resonate with you. We see things differently. They say stop, we say go. They strive for mediocrity, we are obsessed with significance. They said we couldn't do it, so we did it anyway. We build leaders, teachers, and entrepreneurs that create generational wealth, transform families, bring hope to the helpless and significance to the successful. We are the believers. After seeing this information, the question is, where do you stand? How would you feel having a little more control over your financial legacy? How would your life be different if you had more time and money to do the things that you enjoy with the people you love? Our guess is that something you heard today made sense. Now, if that's true, don't wait any longer to start building your family legacy through one of the most powerful vehicles available today. Go ahead and pick up which membership is going to fit you best. If you're just looking to be a customer and start stacking assets for the 7K membership, the standard is an awesome option. For only $199 for the 1-year membership, it has plenty of benefits to move you in the right direction. But if you know you want to earn some extra income through sharing the 7K message, the premium is definitely the right choice. The premium comes with a worry-free approach to know that you have full access to all the benefits. There is peace in knowing that whatever your goals are, you won't have to worry about if the premium has what it takes to get you there. Now, it's valued at over $1,500, but will only take you $499 to get started. So thank you for taking the time to see why 7K might be a fit for you. But before you go, just take a note.
So if someone comes in at the lower price and decides that they'd like to, do they have the option of buying into that?
We can upgrade.
Okay, and it's, how much is the difference? Is there a
I'll show
fee?
you.
Okay.
I'll show that to you. But, yeah, so those are the type of.
Most people fall into one of 3 categories, and please take a note of where you might fit. 1 is to grab a membership and start stacking. 2 is to grab a membership and share the message to create a nice little side gig with some extra income. Or 3 is that you already know you want to share the message enough to work toward a full-time income. If you identified yourself as a 2 or 3, then take a look at our income disclosure to see how successful our members that actually decide to share the 7K message have been. You can see each rank and what the high, low, mean, and averages are for each one, and what it might take you to create a solid side gig or a full-time income. Also take note that 85% of our members don't actually share with anyone else. They just love the products and all the member benefits that come with 7K. Now, wherever it is that you may fit, we're very excited for you to become a new member of 7K.
And that's it. So at this time, when the meeting,
Looking
This-
at these 2 photos of Elvis, you can
When
easily
this
tell when he
ends,
was holding extra weight.
then I just go ahead and just say, well, thank you for coming, please thank the person that invited you to come. And just, just a reminder, and you're encouraged to just grab a membership, it's just like joining Costco and Sam's Club. And then you'll get to be able to convert your dollars and just kind of remind them, your dollars to silver. and gold if you
Immediately.
want. Immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I say, so please, get back to the person that invited you to this meeting. If you have any questions, I'm here, and that's it.
So just so you know, because a lot of people want to get their money out of the bank right now because of what's going on. Very scared, right? So if you buy a membership, you're automatically a member the first day immediately, right? And then you do a wire transfer from your bank to over to 7K, right? For like if you want to buy the big monster boxes, what show right now, 18,000-20,000 or something?
It was like 15,000-16,000.
No, it's up high again. So anyway, they can buy the monster box because even if they paid when it was 15,000 for this big 500, or they paid 20,000, once the crash comes, it's probably going to go way up, way past what they paid for it.
Definitely.
So it's the time to, if they want to get involved, especially with what we're creating with the network, with Thy Kingdom Come, they're all looking to join that network because they want to be in the world, but not of it. They want to learn how to barter, trade, and share in silver and gold. So as she was saying, to me, what I have found in this particular group, the most attractive thing out of all of 7K is that once they become a member, all the private membership association people, all the 508c1a nonprofit ministries, auxiliary of churches, all the foundations, everything in the private sector if they're a 7K member, they can now, for free, not even a service charge, pay each other member to member in gold and silver. That's
Cut them right out.
well, it just keeps them in the private. So, yeah. So we just invite people if they want to at this point learn more. They call back the person that referred them. They follow up and then they grab a membership, as Cheryl said. Yeah.
And these are